Hi guys, I just heard one of our phone calls from one of our staff, and I'm slashed on this share because it was so bad. For someone, you're working for a company who has someone that can communicate better than anyone, and your training is excellent. So, if you look, you have a high standard to live up to. You've got all the training in your manuals, your books, in the systems, all sorts of stuff. So it's all been done by me. It's all there. We have people that have improved quite a lot, but the call I heard today was just it was bad. And then, you know, in my words, it was just terrible. But based on the standards of this world, it's probably okay. Livable, but still not. A lot of places would probably be removed from working in a face-to-face center. So it got me thinking, okay, what do we need to do to sound better, to communicate, to win customers over? The first thing you've got to think about is, who are you talking to? Are you talking to an older person? What nationality are they? If they don't speak fluently, just slow down your sentences. You don't have to say, we are going to, your phone calls are recorded as per quality and whatever we say, quality insurance. You can just slow it down and go, our phone call that we're having is recorded. We use that in the company for someone that doesn't speak great English. You can use that for anything people say. Slow it down if the people don't understand what you're saying. So let's go back to the first concept. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to one of our plumbers? Are you talking to a client? And just put yourself in their shoes. How do they like to communicate? How do they communicate? What kind of language do they use? And you have to do the same thing. So really think deeply about that one concept. You are alone in this world with another 8 billion people because you see the world differently to another 8 billion people in this world. Even though we speak the same language and watch the same TV and everything else, we're all extremely different. So that's the first thing. Who are you speaking to? You really have to think about that. Like, this is your job. You come here every day and your job is to do many tasks, give people advice, keep everyone happy, all that kind of stuff, but you have to use the tool of communication to get that done. So if you can't do that and your role is based on communication, then it's embarrassing. And embarrassing for yourself and for us. So that's the first thing in communication, which is think about the other person. How do they communicate? What is their language? What is their frame of reference? And then at the end of it go, from what I've said, do you feel comfortable with what I've said? Is there any questions that you have for me? Are you unsure about anything? This is when we start to merge our two worlds together. You may have said the best script in the world, in the best way possible, with the most clear language in the world, and everything was perfect, but the person didn't understand it, didn't comprehend it, maybe they weren't paying attention. So when you ask them these questions, you can go through it again and find out what do they really want. I think, what else about these phone calls? So it's not about just being good enough. It's about being magical. Like, when the customer leaves or you've spoken to someone, they're like, wow, that was an impressive communication. That was an impressive sales call. That customer, the person, must leave with a wow. I don't want a standard of that's good enough. Let's aim for awesome. Let's aim for wow. Let's aim for something more. So let's look to something great. So yeah, some of this, and these are people in the call center that I'm listening to the phone calls for.
and it's just painful to listen to. Like so many simple errors. Another thing I recommend is listen to yourself on the phone. Like I watch myself in the video and I think, this was done terribly. I wish I didn't have such a nasally voice. I wish I didn't do so. Then I try to fix it, and that's what you need to do as well. Listen to yourself on the call and go, what would I ideally want to sound like, and